Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. Guys, it just keeps happening. It keeps happening. We have talked about the salmonella outbreak from the start of what seemed to have lasted for months through different products, through cantaloupes, through Quaker granola bars, to just so many different items. Where you start, and then it starts to slow down. You think, okay, well, these products, maybe they haven't been back on the shelves. Now, cantaloupe has. Hopefully not from the same place that it was being taken from before. But here we are with E. coli outbreaks happening, both of these within a week. Right? We just talked about the Omaha company talking about how they had different chubs of meat that were traced to E. coli. Right? And now we have another one with walnuts coming out of California and Washington, I guess. I'm going to be reading from USA Today. There are several websites that have this up if you would like to follow along, or if you would like to just read from another site. There's plenty on here. Just look up Walnut Recall and you will have a plethora of information. The CDC and prevention in the U.S., the USDA, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, are investigating an outbreak of E. coli potentially linked to organic walnuts sold in food co-ops and natural food stores. To date, the CDC says officials have reported 12 illnesses and 7 hospitalizations in 2 states, California and Washington. However, the true count of illnesses could be much higher than what officials have confirmed and may not be limited to 2 states, notes food safety attorney Bill Marler. Infections in the 2 states have been linked to organic walnut halves and pieces sold from Gibson Farms Incorporated of Hollister, California in bulk bins at natural food and co-op stores, according to the FDA. So far, state and local public health officials have interviewed 10 people who have gotten sick and all reported eating these walnuts. Almost all said they had bought organic walnuts from bulk bins in food co-ops or natural food stores, the FDA says. Okay, so which walnuts are affected by the recall, as they have on here? If you bought organic walnut halves and pieces from bulk containers, see if yours might be part of this recall. Here is what to check. The walnuts were shipped to distributors between the dates of October 1st, 2023 to April 24th, 2024. That is quite a span, isn't it? Quite a span. Why are they're not routinely checked in between this? I don't know. That might be another story. But the expiration dates are from May 21st, 2025 to June 7th, 2025. The walnuts lot codes are 3325-043 and 3341-501. You can ask the store where you purchased them. If it had sold any recalled walnuts. You can also check the FDA's list of stores. They also have links to the FDA's list of stores if you just want to click right on that, take you right to that page where walnuts were distributed. Some stores may have repackaged bulk walnut halves and pieces into plastic clamshells or bags, officials said. If you can't tell if it's part of the recall, it's safer not to eat them. Well, sure. Wash any surfaces or items that may have touched the walnuts using hot soapy water or a dishwasher. Bag them up and return them. That's what I'd do. Map of where the walnuts are distributed. Okay, get ready. All right. The walnuts were distributed beyond California and Washington. I don't know why they didn't say that from the beginning. The walnuts were distributed beyond California and Washington to 17 other states: Alaska, Arkansas, Arizona, Colorado, Hawaii, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, Montana, Nebraska, New Mexico, Nevada, Oregon, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. The FDA is working to determine the source of contamination and whether other products, states, and retailers are affected. And it is kind of crazy how the map looks here. Splits down the half side. Looks like it starts from Missouri and Louisiana, right down the straight line, and then everything west of there. Everything west of there. So I would not be surprised if this continues to spread all throughout the United States. States where people got E. coli from this was in Washington and California. Those are the only noted states as of right now. They go on to say this word that I can never pronounce here. Let's talk about for a second, what is E. coli? What are the symptoms? So, Escherichia coli, which is short, E. coli, thank you for let's just call that E. coli, is bacteria that reside harmlessly in the intestines of people and animals, but some can cause mild to life-threatening gastrointestinal illnesses if consumed, the CDC says. The types of E. coli that may cause diarrhea usually spread through food or water contaminated with feces contact with animals or people. For instance, food handlers can spread infection when they do not use proper hand washing hygiene after using the restroom. Animals such as cattle may also spread E. coli to food and food crops. E. coli infections can cause severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting for around 5 to 7 days. Infections typically occur 3 to 4 days after consuming the germ, according to the CDC. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. And what makes this crazy is that we just had this in another product. Okay, and I understand this stuff happens. Okay, but it's the patterns that we're seeing it happen that make it a little confusing for me, a little out there. Okay, like it just, for the lab test, these things, it's like this is something that has spanned over months here. So this has been out here for months. This was created and delivered months and months and months ago. I don't know. It's just crazy stuff, guys. It really is. It's hard to really go into a lot of these different things. I want to check out this other recall here. One of our viewers had mentioned this one. Let's see. So many different recalls. It is ridiculous. Okay, apple juice. Apple juice was recalled due to high arsenic levels. Okay, products sold at Kroger and Publix. I'm not going to go into a lot of different details here. This is also on USA Today, but you can find all this information on the FDA website. The voluntary recall comes after the state of Maryland found samples from one single lot of juice, which is sold in 1 liter bottles, tested above the guidance level for inorganic arsenic in the juice. Inorganic arsenic. So what this is this was levels that the FDA had set on the amount of inorganic arsenic that you are allowed to have in the juice. Okay? That's what I gathered earlier from this. So the apple juice has been sold at Kroger, Publix, Target, Winn-Dixie, and Whole Foods. Okay, they go on a little bit here to say it's the parts per billion. Okay, the parts per billion of this arsenic, inorganic arsenic, which used to be 23 parts per billion, and then the FDA issued guidelines that it be no more than 10. They did find 1.6 parts per billion higher in this product, which is what caused the recall. The level is 10, and it was at 11.6 parts per billion. So that is what's caused the recall here. Again, check out the FDA website. If you, it is the Martinelli's apple juice. It comes in 1 liter containers and is sold pretty much everywhere. Kroger, like I said, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, Publix. I mean, it's crazy. Just so many. So many different recalls spreading out all over the country. Target, Whole Foods. Now we're going to go on to another recall. We are going to check out the 85,000 pounds of ham. Okay. Now, I guess it's prosciutto. Let's see. Here it is. Stockmeyer prosciutto recalled, no adverse reaction reported. Over 80,000 pounds, I believe it was actually 85,000 pounds of deli meat recalled over multiple states due to lacking inspection. No food product is immune from a recall, not even ready-to-eat deli meat, as we've seen these be recalled a lot over the last few months. We had the ones from Sam's Club, the different charcuterie meats and stuff like that were recalled at Sam's Club just a couple months ago. Well, now we have another one. Concept North America Incorporated, a New Jersey-based firm, is recalling close to 100,000 pounds, I believe it was 85,000 pounds, of sliced Stockmeyer prosciutto produced in Germany for not being inspected properly. And isn't this the problem that we're having, is that these things aren't being inspected properly? Because how could we go months and months with these walnuts not being inspected properly? And who knows, maybe they took out a batch and they found it, or maybe it was being tested. I don't know. I might be reaching a little far here, but, you know, we need better testing. We need better testing. We can't have this stuff coming out here. No adverse reactions were reported as of yet. Even though there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to consumption of this product, you should still discard the recalled product. The USDA is concerned that the recalled product may be lingering in consumers' or retailers' refrigerators. Various dates, lot numbers impacted by prosciutto recall. There are a couple things to look for as you begin to search your refrigerator or freezer for the lots of recalled Stockmeyer prosciutto, including certain lot codes and best before dates. We'll go over those here. Here's what you should be looking for. 5.29 ounce plastic packages with a Stockmeyer prosciutto label that says it is a product of Germany with lot codes 09118-3A, 09118-3B, 09120-3A, 09120-3B, 13133-A, 13133-B, 13104-3A, 13104-3B, 13105-3A. Feels like it's all of them, don't it? 13105-3B, 13109-3A, and 13109-3B. And there's another one on here, best before dates of April 28th, 2024. Or these are the best before dates. Best if used by, if you want to call it that. April 28th, 2024. Another one was 5/26. So May 26th, 2024. July 7th, 2024. And best if used by date August 4th, 2024. And August 11th, 2024. And October 7th, 2024. Guys, that is pretty crazy. I always say, like I do with anything, get your money back. If any of those lot codes have affected you, make sure you check the FDA website, as this is all over. It is all over. If you can't find it on the FDA, check the USDA website. It's all over, guys. It really is. This is ridiculous. Something needs to, and it's like, all of this has been able to be sold. All of this has been able to be sold in the stores I have to assume that there was no rigorous testing, if any testing. I don't know. We have to do better, guys. We have to do better. Is this a coincidence that we're having all these different recalls too from E. coli in the same week that it's being reported in walnuts and meat? And I understand this happens, but it's like, all the different salmonella that was on packaging of things that were being heated, right? That's supposed to kill salmonella. Keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you're paying attention to everything. Make sure you're paying attention to everything. It's crazy with all these different things going on. And I'm sure there's more recalls happening right now as I talk. It is crazy. I read a report the other day. 2023 was one of the worst years of recalls ever. And I kind of question things that really weren't brought into some of those articles. Like some of the ones toward the end of the year. A lot of these things have to go through different rigorous information and stuff before they are put into the numbers. Were all of those numbers put into 2023 yet? I don't know. It seems like it takes months and months for the numbers to really work out right. Anyway, guys, that is all I have today. Make sure you check if you have any of these products in your fridge or at your home. Make sure some way or another you get your money back. The only way these things are going to ever get corrected in life is if you get your money back and it costs them. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.